Hey everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel. My name is Emma Casey and I hope you're doing well. Today, I may do a little bit of a whip and chat at the end. I'll see, where I go with this. I don't always know what I'm going to be doing when I'm doing a video. But I wanted to share with you some of my recent whips and, and also a couple of finished pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the first one. So this is a whip. Now I've lost the colour and I know I had the colour, but I can't find the colour that I have for this one. So it sort of put me off carrying on working with it because it means I've got to find the colour. It has been rolled up in a cupboard and things sort of like squashed it. So when I got it out, and that's why it's looking a bit sort of like this at the ends. But that'll be fine. It'll work up really, really well, I think, when I finally get round to it. If you're not new to my channel, you know that I do a lot of drawing and stuff in between, so I don't get through as many diamond paintings as I'd like to, it's quick, but when in my spare time, that's what I will do, is I'll do diamond painting. It's a great way for me to relax. But this is called Black Roses, and this is from Ever After Diamond Painting. I'm an artist for Ever After Diamond Painting, if you didn't know, and I absolutely love their quality. And I'll talk a bit about that later, but this is one that I'm working on, and I added some crystals to the roses there around the edge. I really like the kind of sepia tone with this one, but yeah, so what I've done is I've done a lot of the colour blocking areas and things like that, but I think this one is going to turn out absolutely stunning. So these ones are some of my very first release with the Diamond Design Co. There are a couple of drills that have come off. They've been piled on top and moved around and things like that. The quality is absolutely amazing. I really love working on these kits. They're really, really good. I particularly love the special drills in here, the dust drills. Let me get you up so you can see them there. Really, really lovely. So you've got those. The vibrancy is really, really good. So these are available with the Diamond Design Co. and they're called Cute Cuddly Dragons. And then my second release, so I want to show you something. So what I started doing last year was I was designing mini kits. Excuse me. Just checking on Bailey. So what I do is I design in pixels and then I diamond paint them to see what they come out like. And what you see here is my sort of like version of it, and I did a time lapse of this on my Instagram. And so I draw in pixels and then I diamond paint it with a spare canvas. So any canvases that I'm not working on anymore, or they're with I'm not interested in working on, I will cut them up and I'll use them as a blank canvas and then just do it like that. So and what do you call it, it's like paint, not like a cross stitch chart in some sort of way where you've got the grid and and doing it yourself sort of thing, but I do it by colour, and then I just, whatever spare drills I had, I use those. So you see that there, that was my mock-up, and this is the one from the Diamond Design Co. And obviously that looks way better because it's the correct colours and everything like that. And these, some of these things that I'm showing you were things that I've done in the last 4 months, I think. But yeah, so I wanted to sort of re-show them again for anyone who's new. I've got total 3 kits at the moment with the Diamond Design Co. But yeah, you can see side by side, like, because I didn't have the correct drills, I went by the colour, what the colour looks like. And I've put some ABs here, and they've got special drills here. So, and these are called Wonderful Winter Dragon, and they were such a joy to work on. There's just so much bling on it. It's really, really pretty. I love their special drills. And here are the other 2. So it's easier for me to draw a larger image because that's easier. I go by an image in my mind, And for me, I find it easier to draw bigger images with more detail than smaller, simple images. So I do find it easier, like I said, to do a larger sort of image. I have drawn a few things, but it's quite a process for me. But so these are these three, so I'll design them all in pixels and then, you know, did it like that. So they came out absolutely lovely. I highly recommend the Diamond Design Co. They're amazing. And I wanted to share with you something. Now, bear in mind, there's probably drills missing on these. But when I did some kits for Art de Nicole, which are sold out. But there is a new set coming, and they will match these. So these, I've never shown these before. These are my mock-ups, and it's amazing that they sold out. Thank you so much, everybody who brought them. It meant so much to me, especially it was a new thing for me to do. And I diamond painted most of these, so there are slight differences, because where I diamond painted, if I didn't like what I do, is I do the pixel image, then diamond paint it, and when I'm diamond painting it, I can see where I need to make changes. So Moonbow Dragon is a little bit different than, you know, it's so when you do a smaller canvas like this, actually doing it as a diamond painting makes it easier to see what does need changing. Like I said, I'm not good with the words, but that's that one. And I really wanted to show people before they were released, but you know, I wanted it to be, you know, I wanted to wait until they were released so that, you know, people could work on them first before I ever showed my version. So that's that version. And then what I do is I'll lay them out and put them all together. Wonderment. That was my first one, so that's a small version of Wonderment. I was really happy with how that came out. It is also really fun, actually, trying to do a smaller, simple version of some of my bigger kits, so that people have a nice little set. So then you've got, you know, Dragonfly Surprise. So when I get in the mode of it, I do really enjoy it. And then this one. And then this one, which is not a diamond painting. That one's just an image on its own that I created for minis. And this one is Butterflies Sunset. So there's that one. So what I do is I lay them out. I don't think it's all of them, because I didn't finish them all. But you can sort of see. And there is another set coming that I've designed that will match these if you ever want to put them together. So you could put these on the wall in between your diamond paintings, you know, like the larger ones, and you've got a little bit of space. You could dot them out about, if you like my dragons, of course. You could put them all in a frame. And Bella Art, what I love about Bella Art Diamonds is that you get, I feel like it's really good price. You get a frame with it. You get a sticky pads, you know, for your tray. You get a tray, you know, you've got everything you need, and so you can chop and change which images you like. So those are some of the ones that I've done. Now I'd have done another set, but those ones have not been released yet, and those are with another company. So like I said, you know, I wait for them to sort of like come out, so that, you know, I'd rather they see it from the diamond painting company first. But this is a little bit of a sneak peek. So these colours are not going to be correct, you know, and they're not 100% correct, but they are what would be similar. And so that still helps me to decide what looks correct. So this one is Christmas Dragon, which is actually a blue original image, which is not available anymore. I'm not sure if Bella Art Diamonds are going to bring it out again. But this is like, you know, I decided to have him in a different sort of colour. There's some drills that come off. Bailey got hold of this one. It fell off the side and he got at it. So some of the drills are missing off of that one. Okay, so I want to do all the things, but I love it all. Do you know what I mean? I love drawing. I love diamond painting. I'm really enjoying it all. And I love that, you know, people love to buy my kits. It means so much to me, you know. So This is from the Diamond Design Co. This is one of my most recent releases with them. Cupcakes. So these are cupcakes for every month. Absolutely stunning, amazing. I'm really enjoying these. These are great projects to go in between your larger projects. This is I think it's a 20 by 30. I can't remember. And it's absolutely stunning. I want to get these all on the wall together. I enjoyed drawing these, and they work up really nice and quickly, and I've seen a few people work on them, which is amazing. So you've got February there, and the quality is really, really good, and I think this one's my favourite so far. It's got all the ABs and stuff. So nice. Getting these back out really makes me want to work on these. Then we've got this one, January. Someone is doing one of these for the Emma Casey event. I think there's a couple of people, and they've blinged it with crystals and stuff. So that would be really fun to do. I would love to see like this as an enhancement set as well, because I think there's just so many opportunities, and it looks so pretty. And then we've got this one. There's Bailey. Look, I love all the greens, how all the greens came out, and look, you've got jelly drills there. He's looking for something to take because he's mischievous little puppy still. They're so pretty, and I love that they're in the top there and in the bottom there. It's really pretty, and I love their dust drills. They are stunning in person, really nice. And then this is the one that I'm working on at the moment, with the little chicks, Easter, April. And you can see all the, look at the sparkle in those dust drills, really nice. And I like these pink ABs that they've got going along here in the colour there. So yeah, I'll put those side by side so you can see there what they look like. Really nice. They're going to look so good all done. So yeah, there's that one. Right, one of my most recent finishes. How pretty is this image? I mean, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I'm not the best at placing rounds. This is an older Diamond Art Club kit, so you know it's got round circles and things like that. I really enjoyed working on this, actually. I really did. I like Mandy Manzano's art, and you know, when I first started doing Diamond Art Clubs, Mandy Manzano was my go-to for diamond paintings. And you'll see in my, if you've seen my videos, I've done quite a few of those. You know, I love the stained glass effect. I love the shades. Do you know what I mean? It's just such a dreamy picture, really colourful. I tend to go for bright colours and draw bright coloured images, but sometimes I like different colour palettes depending on the image as well. I love the clouds, I love the dangly sort of things there, and when I unboxed this I was like, oh, there's only one AB, but you know what, that AB is all the way around this canvas. Not so much at the bottom here, it's in little areas here, but you know what I quite often used to do with Diamond Art Club, if I had or any kits really, is if I had some spare ABs or whatever, I would put more ABs in lines here and things like that, if you know what I mean. But you've got ABs down here, you've got ABs all sprinkled through the clouds, and where the sun's coming down, it's really catching the ABs from my angle, and it's really pretty. I would say, like, when you see Mandy's picture, her nose is more defined. It's not, I'm not too mad keen on this, it just goes straight down like that. His face is fine, but when you see in Mandy's, it's more defined. But this was a while ago, do you know what I mean? Kit's quite an old kit now. I decided to leave it as it is. It's, you know, it's still alright, but that is just my preference and my opinion on that part of it. I've always noticed that, but you know, it doesn't take away how gorgeous this canvas is. It's absolutely stunning, and I love Mandy Manzano's older artworks and things. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll get you up closer so you can see. Now, I will say this, I made a bit of an error. The shading, So what I did was I had a sticker sheet, and the sticker sheet was like one sheet. It wasn't like pre-cut stickers, which was really annoying, because one, I don't like kitting up, so I had to cut all the bags, and then I doing the stickers. So what I did was I went from the most colours. No, I went by the stickers, but I must have swapped a colour around and put the wrong sticker on somehow. And so this shade here, I think, is supposed to be this shade. So there should be more darker bits at the top here. And I only realised when I was like, because it was symbol S, I was like, okay, so I'm running out of this one. And then I realised I must have swapped a colour around by accident and put the wrong sticker on the wrong bag. But I just went with it and carried on. I don't think it changes it too much. Sorry about the noise, this is Bailey playing. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed this. It was great. I hadn't done a round for ages, and I do prefer squares. But I was like, I love the feel of it. And it just reminds me of back in the day when I used to do a lot of diamond art clubs, that feel of placing down rounds. And it's almost like the canvas has got a spongy sort of feel to it when you place the rounds down, if you know what I mean. But in general, I do prefer to do squares. But you can see, like, if you don't place them right, you can see that the symbols underneath, which has always bothered me. But I think that their rounds are not like that anymore. I think they're different now. But you can see, so the babies look really, really pretty. Really, really nice. So yeah, that was that one. And this one is, I think I did this one, completed this one before. Absolutely stunning. You know, I love Ever After diamond painting kits. You know, I am an artist for Ever After diamond painting. And one of the reasons I love giving lots of my artworks to Jessica is because I love the quality. And everybody's experience is different. Do you know what I mean? Everyone has a different experience. You know, with all companies, you know, one might have a good experience, one might have another. And, you know, if you ever have issues with your canvases with any company, you know, reach out to them first. Do you know what I mean? Speak to them first so that they're aware of it, instead of saying straight, you know, without speaking to the company. It gives them a chance to, you know, investigate why your canvas was like that, or if, you know, they can replace it for you, or give them a chance to, you know about it before you tell people about it, so that when you do a video, you can say, I have spoken to them, they've you know, they're sending out a canvas or whatever it is, you know, with any company, any small company, because, you know, I just think, in my opinion, that's the best way to go about it, you know, instead of putting something out and not having a chance for the company to help you with your canvas. Okay, but I love Ever After diamond painting, I really do. And I give Jessica loads of my images because I love working on their canvases. I think they're great, you know. But you know, also the manufacturers that are in this business, they are with a lot of companies. You know what I mean? They do have a lot of, they work with other diamond painting companies as well. So do you know what I mean? And I just wanted to say that because I've seen it over and over again where people have complained about stuff and that the company doesn't even know. And, you know, if you let them know, then they can investigate that to see, you know, what is going on there. And if I have any issues, I go to a company first and I let them know. But everyone is entitled to do whatever they do. I think this worked out absolutely lovely, absolutely stunning. Always enjoyed working on them. Do you know what I mean? And you know, I am honest. If I think something, I will say it. If there's something not quite right, do you know what I mean? And you know, I think this worked out absolutely stunning. I did a post review on this, and I've heard a lot of people say good things about Ever After as well. And if you ever get to do this canvas yourself, you'll see, like, I mean, the enhancements that they choose, the rendering is absolutely stunning. You know, being an artist for Ever After, I see my art translated into diamond paintings and how great that looks. Do you know what I mean? But whatever I say in my video, that is my opinion. and everybody's entitled to have their own opinions, and everybody goes about doing whatever they do. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so I was very, very happy with this one. Absolutely love it. This is my whip. Absolutely loving this. You know, it's coming along really, really nicely. I've recently got another kit which I'm going to show you in a minute, so I want to work on that for Bella, and then I'll get back onto this. But this is coming along lovely. I mean, look at that render. Do you know what I mean? Really, really nice. Very, very happy with it, and I'll show you up close to it. I'll take that off. So what I do is I always do 2 rows of release papers. These are my release papers from Crashley. Oh, that's Bailey jumping on the cover paper. Bailey, no. No. So, yeah. You see here, these are all images. These are not available at the moment. Actually, none of these are available at all. But they will be. They were last year. This is my event paper, release paper that Crashley created last year. They did an amazing job. And this year I've designed an image for the Emma Casey event. And what I just love this so much. Bailey, can you get off, please? It's not time to play. No. He's proper grown now. He's nearly the height. No, don't you ruin my diamond painting. Get off. Get off. No. No. So I was just seeing if I was recording. So it's coming along really, really well. I'll absolutely love it. I've added some crystals there on each side from a spare kit that I have. Oh, it was spare drills from a kit I had. The gingerbreads come out really, really well. I've added some deep crystals from Deepy with sparklers. It's coming along really, really nicely, and I absolutely love it. Bailey. I'll put that on there. So what I do is I still leave. You're a little monkey. Get off. It's not time to play. No. So, come here. He wants to just be on camera, I think. But yeah, so you know, it's coming along really, really nicely, and I will do a post review. I'm sorry if that's really noisy. I will do a post review and show you and things like that. I forgot. I've got one more to show you. Paint gem. And I remember someone saying to me, can you please make a video of that when you've completed it? I don't know if they'll remember, but they did say both of them, but I've only got one. And I did this quite quickly. I did like 3 of them in like a morning. So this is the rainbow edition. I did want the retro edition, but they was out of stock at the time. I think I brought 2 with a deal or some sort. But yeah. Right there, Bailey. So, oh, and off you go. We've got this one, we've got love. We have this one. This cute Bernie. Quality is really nice. I enjoy working on these. Perfect for, you know, those in-between projects. I love that they do small kits now. There's a lot of companies now that do smaller kits now, isn't there? That one. More colours on it, I love. Then that one. I feel like they could do with adding some special drills and ABs and stuff, because most companies do now. So that's something I do think that would be nice. That one's really pretty. And you could cut these out and you could stick them on. I know the stars would be a bit awkward, but you could cut these out and stick them on a box. Say you've got like a shoe box and it's a good, nice, sturdy box, and you want to keep the box for your crafts and things. You could like paint it or whatever, or decorate it, and then you could cut these out and stick them on there. That's cute, that one. These were really nice. I think these are definitely my favourite out of the whole lot of what they had. I haven't looked on there recently though, but when I last looked, and that one. And then we've got a cute little dragon. This is a great little rendering of this dragon one. Really cool. wanted to quickly show you this one. So this is one I'm really wanting to do. I keep thinking about it. And this is from Ever After as well. And so this is called Magic Dragon, and I have match and release papers and accessories with this image as well. I'll put it sideways so you can see. So part of me was thinking, and I don't know what you think, let me know in the comments because I'll be interested to hear. I also want to do this where he's facing you. So I like the idea of having two versions, and so that you can see the front version of him as well. But I don't know because it's all similar colours and things like that. But that's just something that I've been thinking about. But I love the rendering and the colours on here, how it's come out. Lots of ABs in the branches and things like that. And I have unboxed this on my channel as well. But yeah, no, I really want to do this one too. But I've also been so busy. I've been drawing in between as well. So it's like, yeah, just trying to sort of, then life as well, you've got life going on, so you know it does get quite busy. But yeah, I thought I'd just share this one with you. Just wanted to share with you one of my favourites, and this is a special kit. This one, it's got 21 special drills in it. It's got metallics, ABs, glitter drills, dust drills, that sort of thing. Really, really stunning. Just sort of move that out of the way. But yeah, absolutely pretty, this one. So I just wanted to share that one with you again. So this is what I'm working on at the moment, and I recently unboxed this on my channel and I love it. I've been enjoying this. So I haven't worked on it like non-stop. It's not like I said, I've been drawing in between and things like that. But I really love to advertise my diamond paintings because I can get to it working on it and then share it. Like I said before, and you probably heard me say, it's part of the process. I'm a diamond painter, and I enjoy being able to share with people what my artworks look like as diamond paintings. Thank you so much to everyone on your comments on this video of this unboxing, and thank you so much. It did sell out, so it's not available anymore. And I did mention in a video, so I know that people watch some videos and don't watch others, and sometimes they don't get notifications for certain videos and that. So that's why sometimes YouTubers will repeat things and stuff like that. But like this one is not available anymore. But if you are interested in working on this kit, because Bell Art Diamonds, Bell Art de Nicole, the owners of Bell Art Diamonds, Bell Art Diamonds is the diamond painting part of it, but Bell Art Diamonds, Bell Art de Nicole, they do 3D printed accessories and diamond paintings, and I will link them down below. So this is with the previous factory, and I could tell because I've worked on a fair few kits, and I love their quality, absolutely amazing. And I feel like I'm so glad I get a chance to work this up, because then people can see what it looks like, especially people who've brought it and are wondering, or when there was the last few left, they sold out, which is amazing. Thank you. But like, this is just stunning, absolutely stunning. It's come out so lovely. It's got like 10 special drills with it, I think, and the dust drills are absolutely amazing. But Art Diamonds, they've changed manufacturers, and so obviously some things won't be re-rendered and other things will. So like Bell Art de Nicole would like to know if people would like to have this kit re-rendered with the new manufacturer. Obviously there will be slight differences because every company is different with their rendering, and the special drills may be different too, but you can get a real good sort of feel for what it would look like as a diamond painting. Her face has come out absolutely lovely. I have a frame, so I'm hoping the frame fits quite well, but I'm not sure. But I love the pink ABs. They are so pretty. Look at these. They are so nice. I love them. This is even better in person. Diamond painters are always better in person, aren't they? The drills fit together really lovely. So with the dust drills, they're different to the normal drills, and you can feel the difference in them. They've got they seem like they've got more of a sleeker cut to them. and some of the other drills are as well. And so there are differences in drills, but that's never bothered me. That's not something that really bothers me. But I think that it's lovely together. They fit really nicely together. There's no popping drills, so there's no gapping, which some people are bothered with. I'm not too bothered unless the gaps are huge. Do you know what I mean? Gapping's not something that really bothers me. I'd rather have a bit of gapping than popping. Do you know what I mean? But um, this is amazing quality. So the stuff that Better Art Diamonds has in stock is, I think, if I'm if I'm right here, is that a lot of their stuff is from the previous company that is in stock, and so the new stuff I think is being pre-order, and they said they do order some in as well, like good sellers and things like that. But this is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's brilliant. I highly recommend Bella Art Diamonds kits, and they've got lots of really fabulous kits in stock as well, lots of really pretty images, and you can see when you look up close how good they are together. Look, really, really nice. So pretty. And these dust drills, these they're called Bella Sparkle Dust. I wish you could see in person what these look like. They look yellow, but in person they're golden yellow. Do you know what I mean? And it's lighter. So beautiful. I do love working on Bella Art Diamonds kits. I haven't tried the new manufacturer yet, but I will be getting some of my dragons in the future. But I haven't felt too much of a rush because I've got stuff at the moment. So, but it's really, really good. The glue doesn't overlap hardly at all. I mean, seriously, it's barely there. There's a little tiny overlap, barely anything. You know what I mean? So it's pretty good. And here you've got the legend facing you this way. So most of the time, my process is I put one layer and two layers, like you see here at the top here, and then I'll work that one, and then I'll place the next row and go so forth like that. And what I do is I keep, like I said earlier, I keep the release paper, the release plastic cover sheet on it until it's not going to stay, until I get to my last two rows. Because the thing is, like I find with release papers, when you've got some on, they might not stick as well with all release papers. But I love them. I will never go back. I will always use release papers now because it helps me section a bit. Do you know what I mean? And they look pretty too. You can get some that match canvas as well. So I highly recommend Crafts with Crashley. But when it's like you've got some drills on and off, naturally the paper's not going to stick so well. It may stick, but do you know what I mean? Because it's raised. So that's why I keep the release paper on. I'm working this section this morning, but it's coming along so nicely. I mean, I just love the colours. Like, look at this. Do you know, like, you've got the red ABs coming here, but they kind of look more pink. Here's those ABs. So it's 817, but on here it gives it a nice sort of pinky edge, and it looks so lovely. And so you've got ABs in the flower, in the what do you call it, the leaves, and like you see down here you've got like a Art de Nicole 3D printed like bag holder, and these are the tops of the bags. You've got a baggie here, and that's got dust drills in there. You've got a diamond paint in there, and a mini kit, one that I showed you earlier actually. When I showed you the mock-ups, I did part of the sunset one, but obviously because it's such a small area, I sort of made this look more clearer, if you know what I mean, because it'd be really tiny otherwise if I did the whole image in there and a little bit there. So yeah, and then that's the box, because they used to come in, I don't know if they still do, come in like a pinky box. So she's holding one of Art de Nicole's 3D printed pens, which I got one of those, and the placer on the end. Render is lovely. So what I do is I am working out of baggies. So I've got to get to a point where I need to. I've got most of my storage for my get my words out. My drills, they need emptying and sorted, and some of them like what is it? Gingerbread Dragon. That has got my Art de Nicole bag holders so that's full of that. So I've got to dekit my Mandy Manzano one I've just done. So what I'm doing is here, because this has only got 55 colours, it'd be quite interesting to do a comparison between this one and if they decide to re-render this. But if enough people do say that they would like to see this re-rendered, and you know they would like to work on this, you know, let Art de Nicole know, and or just comment in the video so that they can see. But I've got all my drills down here. So what my process is, I go through each colour. So what I tend to gravitate towards first is black, and do the darker tones first, the outlines, and then I'll do the ABs as first, because with ABs older wax is better. And you know, when I start a section, I go for the ABs first sometimes as well, so that it places down those ABs easier. And then if it starts to get to a point where I've got to change wax but I've got more ABs to do, I'll just work a normal classic drill until it sort of wears away a little bit, and then go back to the ABs. But sort of this is a sort of average section that I have. But when the release papers are not to equal, say like I have 4, they'd fit 4, but they won't fit next to each other side by side, I do overlap them. So yeah, that's what I do. And then what I do is I'll just take colours, you know, that are harder to see, you know, symbols that I might find harder to see, and place those down first, and then just go take one on the right, a drill, and then I'll leave it on this side so I know I've worked that colour, and just go forth until I've got no colours left of that section. Like I said, I'm not great with the words, but yeah, no, this is coming out really, really well. Absolutely lovely. Highly recommend it. So yeah, that's about this kit. Hope everyone's doing well. I've been loving seeing everybody's. Let's get some colours quickly. So my other half is he's out at the moment, but he's going to be back soon. So I don't know how long I'm going to be. But this is what I use. This is my old anti-slip mat. Highly recommend these, especially if you're working on a slanted table. And this is what came with the kit. Love these. I've got to get some different colours. I really have, because I don't always want to use white. But one of my favourite trays ever. I love it. It's just so perfect, and I explained in the unboxing, you know, why I love it. It's got this like colourful, I don't know if you can see, like this colourful sort of like rainbow holographic thing on the back, which I love that they've done that. Using a pen that was gifted to me by Jessica, and I absolutely love it. This goes really nicely with Gingerbread Dragon as well, and it goes nicely with this kit too, with the purples and the, you know, the blues. And it's got these like little diamonds now. I think this was from Bistro Blanks, I think they're called. I've never ordered from them before, but they're a pen turning company. And I've got my Diamond Art Club placer, which I absolutely love. And so that is what I'm using. I've been working this section here, and just lovely. I absolutely enjoy placing these dust drills. They are so stunning. I probably won't place a lot because there is some stuff I want to share with you on the iPad, but I just wanted to talk about the event if you're not aware of it. I know I haven't really done a lot of videos on my channel, but there is an Emma Casey event going on at the moment, hosted by the lovely Sparkling Diamonds with Brittany and Robin. Absolutely amazing ladies. They are such an amazing support to this community and great friends. And it's nearly coming to the end of the week, the second week. I've loved seeing everybody's comments and their posts of their pictures and things. I've seen a few people doing Gingerbread Dragon, the Drink Dragons, the new ones, Hot Chocolate Time, No Place Like Home, which is not available anymore, which I do hope to license with a company. Enables Outpost sadly closed down a few months ago, and it was all of a sudden, and so I've got images that I would like to give companies, but I am redrawing some of them. So because the thing is for me is you always, as an artist, I think you're always improving your techniques and things like that. So there's some that I drew like 4 years ago maybe, so I'd like to sort of, you know, change them. So I have done some changes. You know, sometimes you draw something and you think, oh, I wish I'd done that, and so it gives me a chance to do that. I've separated Dragon Seasons into 4 separate pieces because I feel like it sort of had its time, you know, being one large canvas, and I love that Elizabeth asked me to do that. I feel like I heard my other half come in, which he may be. Loved that opportunity. Do you know what I mean? It was great, and you know, in a way, I am sad that it's not available anymore. But also, I want to give people the opportunity to be able to do the seasons separately, because you know, it was a really good price for the size it was, but you know, some people might not be able to afford to do that, and I think that just like I said, gives people a chance to be able to do them separately. Now I have changed them because yeah, my other half's coming. Yeah, he's just come in, but he's popped in the craft room for a little bit, and we call it craft room, but it's more like an office for my other half. I I don't know, I just prefer to diamond paint on the sofa. I've got this craft table that goes over my lap. It's just the most comfortable for me. I feel like I have a weak back, so sitting down in there, I don't know, it's become more of his office, but eventually I do want to have a proper craft room, and we just have to see. I could make it one, like, you know, but there's the treadmill in there, and he's got a massive office table and stuff, which is probably great for diamond painting on because it's a lot wider, but I'd rather sort of diamond paint where I'm more comfortable. So where was I? I've lost my train of thought now. I don't know what I was saying. So yeah, no, you know, I'm working towards getting, you know, kits to companies, but I'm not in a rush at the moment because I've also got 2 other companies that I have signed with that I haven't got releases with yet. One I signed a while ago, and just waiting for them to release the first image, which I'm really excited about. But you'll find out when they, you know, I like to let the company announce that first. And then I'm working with another company as well, which I'm really excited about too. But that has been announced, and that is with wips.I. So I'm very, very excited for that. Some images that you've never seen before, and some you may have. But I'm very excited with that as well. But yeah, so you know, I don't want to. I want to be like decide, you know, have time to decide where I want things. So someone in the community commented a while ago and said that they wanted, I don't know if people remember the winter dragon, I'll show you it in a minute, which was with Enabler's Outpost. That one I have signed with Art de Nicole, Art Diamonds, and so I remember that this person was like, oh, you know, I wish you'd signed it with them, and you know, we had a live, was it last week maybe, or the week before, I can't remember, and they sort of mentioned it in the live, so I said to Nicole, do you want it? And she said yes, so that one is going to be with Art Diamonds, and I don't know when that will come out, but that's super exciting. So that one is going to a company, and I signed a few others, and yeah, I have a lot of images, ones that I haven't given to any companies, and some that, you know, companies haven't released yet. So I do have a lot, but I'm always thinking of things, so you know, I'm always drawing. I was so excited to join Sparkling Diamonds with Brittany and Robin's live last week. It was spare of the moment. I don't know if any of you watched it. It was excuse me, something that I'd never done before. I've been diamond painting since 2018, and I have only done one video where I did an intro when I very first started diamond painting. I thought it'd be nice to do an intro, you know, for my very first video and introduce myself. And then I don't know, I got my hair done, so I had a good weekend last weekend. I had my hair cut really short, so it used to be really, really long, and I was just decided that I just wanted to get it cut and get it dyed dark purple, and I really love it. And I don't know, I just felt confident to do it, and it, you know, I messaged them and said, you know, would I be able to? And I just did it, and it was amazing. I loved talking to everybody, and for me, because it's something I've never done before, it's a brain overload in a way. You're talking to Brittany and Robin, and you don't want to be rude and interrupt them, or, you know, you don't want to, you know, you want to talk to everybody, and you're missing comments, and then you go to comment, and then you get distracted with something else, because my brain's like squirrely anyway, do you know what I mean? So sorry if I didn't, you know, respond to your comments and that, but I did see some comments, and you were all so lovely, and you made me feel so welcome. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. So that was really, really nice. And I've never done that before, so it's my first time doing that. You know, I've had quite a few people ask me if I would like to go on a live with them, and, you know, I haven't felt comfortable to do that, because just the sort of the confidence of it. But with Brittany and Robin, you know, I've known them a while now, and I just feel so comfortable with them, and, you know, they're doing this Emma Casey event for me, which I appreciate so much. I'm so blown away by how lovely they are, and so it just felt so nice, and like I said, everyone made me feel so comfortable. It was just so great. Like I said, I've been really enjoying watching everybody's seeing everybody's posts, and I like to make sure that I see them, and, you know, puts hearts on them all, so that people know that I've had, you know, a good look, and you know, that I appreciate their posts. And this is a second Emma Casey event, so it's been really, really nice. And you never know, I might do another live again, but we've got an artist spotlight that we need to do. Last year, when we was due to do one, on the very day, I lost my voice. I had this cold, and I completely lost my voice, which is the second time that's happened, and it's really strange, because before that, never had anything like that, never lost my voice through having a cold, and I completely lost my voice, and it was just so typical it was that day. So hopefully this year we'll get round to doing that, so that will be great. So let me show you some images. I like to do that, especially just on my channel, so people can see some of the things that I've worked on, you know. And sometimes I share them on social media. I'll turn the light off so it's not a flash on the iPad. I won't stay on for too long, because I think this video would be too long. But this is one of my images. This was released with not Ever After, Art and Soul, but it was just released just before Art and Soul closed down. So I was with Art and Soul for a few months, and they also stopped abruptly as well. And so the images, I don't know if people managed to be able to get it, but a lot of things got refunded. So I don't know if people was able to get it. I don't think so. I've not seen anyone share it, but it is signed with a company, but I don't know when it will come out. Just to let you know that will come out. But I've had a few people over the past year say to me, have you, no, it's not a year, it was past 6-7 months, I don't know, said to me, you know, will you release that with someone else and stuff like that. So yeah, it will be coming out, but I don't know when. So I'm going to show you some pictures. Obviously they don't look as good through the camera, because it's the iPad and the camera, and it makes it much lighter and less saturated. But this is an image that I created for the Emma Casey event. I love clouds. I love dragons on clouds and rainbows. I love all that. And so this is like an Emma Casey dragon, and I just wanted something a bit different from last year, and this one I really enjoyed working on. I enjoy working on most of mine, but yeah, so this is what I created, and this is available. This is like the event image, if you don't know. And what I do is I'll link Sparkling Diamonds with Brittany and Robin down below, and if you go to their channel and you go onto the links, you'll be able to see all the details and things on that. And I think it's like either a 40 by 40 or 40 by 30. I don't know if I took a picture of the, I don't think I did. No. So this is the image that I created for the Emma Casey event, which is hosted by Sparkling Diamonds of Brittany and Robin. I will link their channel down below so you can go and see and get all the details. And I created this specifically for the event. But you know, it is an Emma Casey dragon. You see, it's got my glasses, it's got my exact glasses. It's got a dragon version of an iPad. So it's got like a dragon logo on it, and she's drawing on clouds. I love dragons and rainbows and clouds and pretty happy colours. So really fun to do this one. And you see, like, this would be great to enhance, like putting quad cubes in here for the what if it would fit actual sequins in there. I don't know, maybe that's a bit silly, but I don't know. But yeah, I've put sequins in the bow, like this sort of pearlescent creamy bow, and so you could put like sort of matching quad cube colours. You could put pink ones in there, and she's got iridescent coloured horns and that. And I have given this to a company, and I hope to unbox this in the future. I will let you know. But yeah, this is I think this will come up really well. I've seen the render and it looks very, very good, so I'm very happy with that. So yeah, this is one that is going to be for the event, and this is obviously when you see Crashley have release papers, cover minders. They have, you can have things separately, you can have pens, you can have a whole bundle where you've got a tumbler. I was given a tumbler last year for the Emma Casey event, which I really, really appreciate. I absolutely love it. And yeah, it's the picture. Is it on here? No, it's not on that one. It was on the other one. And so that's that image. So this one is from the original Dragon Seasons. I like this one so much that I wanted to create a night version of this, and then create a different one for the actual set of Dragon Seasons. So this one, I can't remember what I called it. Oh my goodness, Summer's Evening, I think. I've got so many. I you know, sometimes it's like that. But it's got lots of lovely colours in it, and obviously because it's the iPad, the phone's looking at the iPad, the colours saturation is not so bright as, you know, it is in person. But this one came out absolutely lovely. I really enjoyed working on this. I reworked it, so you know, the original had the sun there. You know, I wanted to keep everything the same in a way. Do you know what I mean? And just change it to nights. But the cat's in a different position. The dragon is a different colour. You know, I wanted it to be different. And on Instagram, I did a video, and it was showing the transition from the summer to night one. Let's see if I can find, if I've still got the other one so you can see it. Okay, so this is not the exact one, this is a different version, but this is what it looks like as the summer version of it, and that was my favourite season of Dragon Seasons. So if you're not familiar with Dragon Seasons, I used to be with Enablers Outpost. It was a really long panel, and I do have some videos on that if you go and have a look back. So you know, it was a nice long piece, and it's up in my bedroom. I absolutely love it. Loved that I had the opportunity, and Elizabeth was like 4 seasons, 4 dragons, and I wanted the colours of the dragons to represent that season. So you've got summer, yellow dragon, do you know what I mean? So I've changed them around, so we still have this dragon, but he's in a different position with his eyes open, and he's sitting on the hammock, which I will show you. And also for anyone who did like this one like this, you've still got this version, but you've got a night version, which I like this version better. a new image that I've drawn. This is much more vibrant in person. I think this would be a really lovely one to enhance with deeper sparklers. When I draw things, I think about that. And I like to draw things where there's enhancement opportunities, and I know you get that in a lot with any kit you see. But I think like maybe metallics, dark metallics around the edge would be nice, because it's got a silver trim around here. There is a lot of colours in here, so it might have to be rendered slightly big, maybe like a 50 by 80 or bigger. I don't know. Sometimes I get surprised with how good companies can be. You know, sometimes I draw something and I think, oh, that's going to be huge, but they render it smaller and it looks perfect, so you never know. Iridescent bubbles, you know, lots of sort of colours. You know, it's a shiny iridescent seahorse, so you see there's greens in there. You know, there's a lot going on there, and I think that would look, I'd love to see that as a diamond painting. I'm going to share this one with you because I have shared this in a live. I'm not going to show all this stuff that I've got because I do like to have a bit of a surprise for people, but this one is Friends Forever, and it's sort of like the vibes that I started with on this one is, you know, slight sort of wicked, you know, where you've got the pink and the green, that sort of thing, but it's not that, if you know, but it is in a way. Do you know what I mean? It's those colours, those of that. That's sort of what I wanted to go with on that. But you know, I love this one. I love the two dragons together like this, and you see as you get closer, you can see there's like all different colours in here. I love playing with colours, darker rainbow clouds, you know, and it's about friendship. Do you know what I mean? So if you got this far, put a dragon emoji. Just curious to see how far. I don't know. But so anyway, this one is the dragon seasons. So most of them are in a similar position. I didn't want to change them too much because I still wanted the element of dragon seasons there. But you know, I've made things more vibrant. I've added things, and I'm hoping that these will all be the same size. I haven't released, like, I haven't licensed these yet. I'm still keeping. I like to keep a portfolio and then send some things out. But you know, there's these playful coloured. You know, I like to play with colours. So you've got these green leaves here around the tips and the edges. You know, that sort of thing. And down here. You know, like I love adding a pop of green in there. Then you've got the leaves down the bottom here. Then you've got the pumpkin there. So there's that one and the sunflower. And I love these colours. Do you know what I mean? I love oranges and purples and pinks together. Next one we've got is spring. So you see there's a lot of similarities here. Because I wanted it more rectangle shape than, horizontal, like, because each season is more horizontal than, it's more wide than height, if you know what I mean. So I wanted it more portrait shape. So I wanted them all the same size. So I've changed the shape of the tree over here, but I've kept some of the blossom, but I wanted to show a bit of the clouds and the rainbow. So there's lots of changes here, and you've got the daffodils, and they sort of look like they're sort of leaning towards, like they've got their own sort of personalities, if that makes sense, sort of looking in. And then you've got like the chick, which was this side, and I moved over to that side. You've got the flowers, the water droplets, and the bunny. So the bunny I changed to a grey bunny, so that was something different. I didn't want more. I wanted a different colour here. And then with the dragon, I changed the horn colours, which were pink, and the claws to a red, so that it sort of separates more from the pink of the blossom tree. Then we have the winter one. So I wanted to change the fox in this one, and I wanted sort of more bright colours in the sky. So there's aurora borealis type thing in the sky. The robin was over here, but I changed it to be over here, because if he was here, he would be covering the fox with the blanket. I like this dragon. I really do. So I wanted to keep this dragon the way it is, and he's roasting some marshmallows there on the thing there. So that is that one. And the last one is summer. So I wanted to change the colour of the hammock. I like the idea of a polka dot sort of purple sort of hammock, just to add a pop of purple colour in here. And then down here some like daisies and flowers, and you know his tail's coming over like that, and the cat's on his lap, so I kept the cat similar. We've got butterflies in the top here, and what I loved about the summer dragon is I loved the colour in the sky, so I wanted to keep that sort of little sort of turquoise hue around between the yellows and the blues. And then we've got the sunflower, which was in this picture as well, in here. So that's what I did with that one. This is one of my recent releases with her after diamond painting, and I hope to do this one soon. And this one is Rainbow Dragon, and that was lots of fun with colours. So also not just like I mostly do dragons, but I do other things. I've done peacocks, I've done bats, mermaids. I have drawn an axolotl, which is licensed. You know, I've done cats, I've done dogs. I've tried to have some sort of variety. And someone said to me, you know, you do dragons, how come you thought of like something like Elizabeth? Well, it's all about what is coming up into my mind. Do you know what I mean? What is going on in my mind? So that's why it can be so random sometimes. You know, I've got a octopus, a kraken queen. You know, I've done a pony. There are other things that come to mind, but I like doing abstract colours as well and playing with colours, because I think that is so much fun, and it comes out so well in diamond paintings. So this is the one I was talking about earlier. This is Winter Dragon, and you know, so the other one is a Winter Dragon as well, but this is the Winter Dragon that I've signed with Better Diamonds, and you can see like there's lots of pretty rainbow colours in the horns and that. So this one will be a real super fun one to enhance. There's lots of iridescent sort of snowflakes and things like that. So that one is signed. Siamese Sisters. So I also have this signed as well. So this will be coming out in the future. It's nice to be able to let people know what will be coming back out. So that will be really fun. And I did work this one up. This was with Art and Soul, but now it's with another company. And we're talking in the live as well, and you know, Laura said what's your inspiration, and I said your cats, because I know Laura, like I like to do some things that, you know, I love people in the community inspire me to do images, and I know how much she loves her cats. So this was one that I designed, you know, thinking of that, like the cats and stuff like that. But you know, it does have an element, and Laura pointed out, you know, did it make you think of Lady and the Tramp? But it kind of did as well, but not immediately. It was more, you know, as it was forming, if you know what I mean. And you know, I hear we are Siamese whenever I see this picture. But you know, Laura and her cats were the inspiration for this one. So that's what we talked about in the live. You know, sometimes I like to sort of like I said, people in the community do inspire me, and if I do have something that comes to mind, then I'll go with it and I'll draw it. So this is Ditsy's dog, and you know, I wanted to draw this for Ditsy, so I was really pleased with how this one come out, and so I wanted to put like little, so this is Aurora Bell, and when her dog was a puppy, and I really enjoyed doing the fur and the curls of the fur and things like that. That was really fun to do, and I wanted like to have a little sort of dress thing on and some wings and that, and that's got sequins as well. So you know, I have done some things like that. I also did Venice for Sparkling Diamonds with Brittany and Robin as well, because I wanted to give back to them. And it all comes down to, you know, if I feel inspired to do that. And then we've got, this is one of my, I say newest releases, a few months ago. So this is adorable, and I love all the colours in this one. This one was a really fun one to do. I love doing bold lines, so it's easier to sort of render, and I think it's fun to sort of diamond paint bold lines as well. And so I saw someone recently share this, that they're starting on this one, so I'm really excited to see how this one turns out. So this one is one I finished last year, and this was a full mermaid, but I just felt like it was going to be too much. So she could still be quite a long piece, maybe a 40, 50 by, I'd say a 40 by maybe 90 or something. It depends. But this one is more a iridescent mermaid. She's got different sort of colours. It's like a sort of purpley grey in here, purple like pink hair, and I think she'd be fun. I haven't given this one to Diamond Painting Company yet. And you could have her this way if you wanted to, so you could have her that way or that way. I really do love mermaids, and I want to do some more mermaids. I think this is my most recent release, actually. I think so. And this one is Sunset Siren, and this was unboxed by I think her name is Queen of Diamonds, and she did such an amazing unboxing. I was blown away. She really showed everything so well and described things so well, and this is one I would love to work up and possibly put in the bathroom. And so you see this mermaid just taking some time out on the seashore. Like this is a little island. In my head, this is a little island away from everything. And it's got a blossom tree here. And I remember Queen of Diamonds saying there's some metallics in the sea. So I'm really excited to see how they look. And you see she's got a little bit of green in her hair. And I just wanted her to frame the whole image like that. So you see her tail goes right up to this side. She's just flicking her tail up. So that is one. So I think that's going to be all that I'm going to share with you today. I do have loads of other images, but this will be a super long video. But if you got this far, I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who is subscribed, and that new subscribers. I appreciate you all so much. Absolutely love this community, and thank you to Sparkling Diamonds with Brittany and Robin for hosting this event, and for everybody taking part and the sponsors. I appreciate it all so much, and I'm really excited to see everybody's progresses on the diamond paintings. Take care, everybody, and I hope you have a fabulous weekend, whatever you're doing, and you get a chance to chill and diamond paint. And I will see you all soon in the next video. Please subscribe and like. I'd really appreciate it. Take care, everyone. Bye.